All right, let's talk about how to cold email investors. And we're going to look at an example that's going to inform what are the key things to look out for when you're writing an email to an investor. And after we're done looking at that example, we're going to go through the things in the example that makes it a good format, a good template to use when you're cold emailing investors. Okay, this is an example, and it's actually a template also, so you could actually pick this up and use it for yourself. It doesn't speak to any specific industry, so we put in brackets so that anybody can pick it up and use it. Now let's look at the subject line. It says 22% MOM, that's month-on-month growth for a company trying to transform a target industry, maybe the fashion industry, e-commerce, or publishing industry, etc. And that's a great subject line. We will look at why in a moment. But it's a great subject line because it provides detail. It doesn't just say, oh, open for a surprise, or there's something inside, or great business opportunity, or anything funny like that that some founders may want to put up in their subject line. Or the worst of all is those founders who send out cold emails without a subject line. That is certainly going to get deleted, or well, maybe not opened at all. All right, so let's say the founder is writing to a VC called Ukbong and say, hi Ukbong, I hope you're having a great week. I know that Kewe Capital and Ukbong, by this example, is either the founder of Kewe Capital or someone who does deals for Kewe Capital. It says Kewe Capital has invested in Dash Portfolio Company. So I wanted to show you our early traction as a, let's say, Lagos City based startup. And my name is James Brown. And I'm the co-founder of EmployedAfrica.com, Africa's first online school for great employability skills with nice traction. Okay, and of course, traction means growth, progress indicators. What are the progress indicators? What are the growth indicators? And this could be measured with the number of visitors you have, with your current revenue, with how many users are using your product, with how many, if you are an enterprise product, that is a B2B, you sell to large companies, how many interests do you have already? How many meetings have you scheduled? And such metrics that just show progress. All right. So let's look at this. And the first bullet point is 0 to 2 million unique visitors in 18 months. Beautiful. And then $220,000 US dollars in monthly revenue. CAC in AdWords is $6 and LTV is $12, and our sales cycle is less than 2 days. So in less than 2 days, we make a sale after spending XYZ amount on ads. November 2019 to November 2020, Employed Africa's revenue has been growing by 22% month on month. So you get the picture. So the traction is provided in bullet points so that it's easy to read. Now, looking at this email, you can read it all in less than 60 seconds. Like you look at it and you can pick the information you want. And then so much more detailed user data. We plan to get into, if we keep using the Employed Africa analogy, we plan to get into French-speaking countries where we can translate our content from English to French and possibly also Swahili when we get to work with you. And these are some of our plans. All right. Usually I'll advise that your plan should be like maybe a one-liner. All right. Like probably in the case of the example I just gave, we want to expand our translations into four other widely spoken languages in Africa. And with that, we'll be able to target an extra 1.5 million users, unique visitors per month. All right. So that is a good example. Since I'd love to tell you more, do you mind if I send a short deck? And this for this example, this entrepreneur here is asking Okbong if he or she doesn't mind if he sends in a short deck. That's the pitch deck, which explains in more detail about what the company is all about, the team, their experience. So the pitch deck has way more detail than this email. And then you're asking if you could send it in, which is a good one, but I always advise that why don't you just tell people find a deck attached. So I put this example here because I wanted to make the difference. I wanted to show the difference between, oh, if you want, I'll send you a short deck. Now, the reason why you can take this risk if this is your company is because the traction, see, where's my mouse? All right, the traction over here is awesome. I mean, who wouldn't want to invest in this company? All right, you're having $20,000 monthly revenue. You're spending as low as $6 on AdWords. That is on each keyword, and then your sales cycle is in less than 2 days. So it's an amazing company with 22% month-on-month growth. So this is like a very great case. So with this kind of company, the email alone has already excited whoever it is that you're writing to. So you could say, yeah, let me know if you want me to send a deck. But if your numbers are not this great, maybe you're just starting, or really you've been at this, but your numbers are just not this great, maybe because of your industry, you may want to put in your deck there because there will be some details about your deck. Now, one more thing, a lot of people advise, like, don't write your experience, don't write your school, don't write anything else about yourself in there, just go straight to the point. And I always say, in every pitch, put in any information that helps you look better. All right? If you went to Harvard, for example, like, Harvard is like one of the most respected schools in the world. You want to put it there maybe towards the end, like 2 of our startup founders are Harvard alumni or something, you know. That helps you, all right? But if it doesn't help you, if it doesn't help you greatly, all right? If it doesn't help you greatly, well, I have a degree, I could just put there that I have a degree. Well, that doesn't help you greatly, even though it's great that you have a degree from whatever institution. But if it doesn't help you greatly, you can as well leave it out. All right, so now that we've looked at this example, let's now go through some key points to note when you are writing a cold email. All right, points to note. The first thing before you even send an email is to research who you're writing to and what kind of companies they invest in, what kind of company valuation are they usually interested in, like how much your company be worth before they think about investing in you or not. And one of the ways I say, like, we live in a very interesting world where most of the people you want to talk to already have social media pages, whether on LinkedIn or Twitter, where they explain or they talk a lot about what they're thinking. So you could actually get an idea of what somebody is thinking just by reading through their feed. And you could follow them up and search them up if they've been in the news lately, what they said, just to give you an idea of what you're writing so that you can tailor your ask to their preference. All right. What industry vertical are they really interested in? Do they invest a lot of health startups? Do they invest a lot in e-commerce? Are they technology? Are they agriculture? So you need to know who you're writing to before you just jet off and write. And it's important to know that there is no option to research, right? You've got to research deeply who you are studying, and it doesn't take a long time. I mean, you could read up a lot of things about people in about 2-3 hours, and you get a lot of data that can help inform your email. If you remember, at the beginning of that email, there was a reference made to a particular portfolio company that this investor had invested in before. The only way you can get that detail is from research. All right, so getting that kind of detail. So if you invested in this company, I mean, you look at my company because my company is either like this company or is a nice company to have. In addition to this company, it's like the way Facebook owns Instagram, right? I mean, if you own Facebook, it's a nice thing for you to own something like Instagram, and it also makes a lot of sense for you to own something like WhatsApp. So that's a situation whereby companies are related, and it's great to pitch it to the same investor. So do your research on who you're writing to get to understand how best to target them, and if your business idea and what you're proposing actually remotely fits into what they'll be concerned about. These are important questions to look at. You could just read that very quickly, and I'm sure you can pause the video and read it And when you can answer those questions by yourself, then you are ready to write your email. All right, when writing your email, the first obstacle to overcome is, will it get opened or not? Now, you know you have an email account. You know how many of your emails you get to open. And what is the indicator that you're going to open it? Well, mostly we open emails we're expecting. But sometimes with a great subject, you get to open the email. So a lot of emphasis should be placed on the subject. Like in the example that we used, you have 22% month-on-month growth, right? And that's a great one. That's a great one. So your subject should speak. And let me just show you a quick example here of what you shouldn't do and what you should do. So do not say new web application investment opportunity, all right? Because that's vague. Or the most effective solution to to transportation in Lagos. No, like that doesn't say anything about your company. All right. I always tell people, avoid expressions like most effective, greatest. All right. Because it's most effective in what context? All right. What background? Why is it most effective compared to what? All right. So it's better for you to have more detail, like just hit 1.5 million paid subscribers and looking for VC. So that gets the attention of the person. Now, mind you, if this person is a professional investor, they are on the lookout for opportunities always. So they are interested in your emails. So chances are, if you have the right subject matter, oh, sorry, not subject matter now, right, subject matter. Well, chances are, if you have the right subject in your email, it's gonna get opened and not trashed. So use this tip to write your email. So whatever it is that is a major indicator of progress, put it in the subject. So that the answer. So what if I don't have any indication of success whatsoever? Will I still be successful? It becomes incredibly difficult for you if you don't have anything to use to measure success. Investors usually come in to expand the business and maybe not start it, even though some people there's something they call pre-seed, seed stage, etc. At that time, you are the business, all right? You have some traction. There's something you've done, or else anybody's going to give you. You are completely new. You've not done anything before. Your business is completely new. It has not achieved anything, and then you expect them to give you, oh, take some money, enjoy yourself. Because you'll most likely waste it. Nobody's going to really want to take that investment, unless, of course, you have to go through the conventional route of family and friends, which works. I've got a video on that, how to convince your family and friends to invest in your business. I'm sure you can find it somewhere around where you found this one. Okay, I already made this point, but it bears repeating. Begin with value and not background. Like, you really want to get attention quickly to your traction and not your background or where you worked before, what school you attended, what you love to eat, how you and the VC support the same Premier League team, etc. All those things are extraneous, and frankly, they make you look unprofessional. But like I said, like, this advice is taken with a caveat. If you have something that is really, really, really rare and that really, really helps you, you could put it, but often later in your email. Unless you have it on good authority that particular venture fund, probably, for example, loves to fund businesses or founders who finish from George Washington University or Harvard University or Oxford University, and then you could put it right there at the beginning and say, thankfully, I'm an alumni of Oxford University, and while there I started this company. You could just throw it in there. All right. Example of something that will not work. Hi, my name is James, and I'm the founder and CEO of Employed Africa, and I have been an entrepreneur for 15 years. I've previously worked with May Kudi and Sons, and then I also worked with SME 500, and then I also worked with Inversion 400, and I attended University of Ife. Did that in 2010 or 2005. I obtained a master's degree in, come on. You get it? Ain't nobody's deleted, right? It's right there. That's gonna get deleted. Okay, so that's important. So there's a second part to this video where we round it off. So join me in that second part of this video.